Hello, today in this video, I will be showing you my new desktop application. It's basically a chess application written in Java and JavaFX libraries. And the main reason why I'm recording this video is that I don't want people to just fork my repository to see um, how my application works, but instead I want them to visit this video from my GitHub so that they can have a brief idea about how this application works. So initially, first things first, I will be showing you an example game, and then I will show you some corners cases regarding the end game whatsoever, and then I will walk you through the code, but it's over 4,600 lines, so I will just show you the important parts of it. So let's just jump into it. Let's just play e4 pawn like this. We can play that. I'm just making random moves just to show you how the application works. By the way, I will explain to you V1 control mechanism as well. First things first, you can see a circle, a green circle right here. And basically specifies whose turn it is by changing the fill color of the circle. For instance, if I play this, or just let's play that, as you can see now it's white, so it means that it's white's turn. And apart from that, you can see the game board, the checkerboard right here. When you click on pieces, of course, the correct turns pieces, like the correct color, based on the turn. You can see which squares you can move your pieces to. For instance, when I press to the king, as you can see, I cannot move it to this square. Why? It's threatened by the enemy bishop. But I can like do some other valid moves. By the way, I do not want you, I should underline that do not be deceived by these movable squares that are drawn. Sometimes, even if you cannot move over there, they are drawn and you can't move over there even if you try to do so by clicking on the square. And I should also underline that when you select a piece, it's, as you can see that which piece is selected by simply examining the outer frame of the selected piece. You can see it's green. Let's castle like this, maybe. We can now play this. Now we can play that. Now, as you can see, we can move our king down to this position. Why? It's no longer threatened by any enemy piece. And I will see what I have. Maybe I can play this. Now I want to play this. Now I want to take the enemy knight, but I cannot. Why? It's as you can see, guarded by the enemy bishop. So maybe we can like play this just to escape our king. By the way, I'm just making the moves so that you can have an idea about how the program runs. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can, what can we do? We can play this. Then we can play that. Then we can play this. Now, what I would like to show to you is that now we can take the enemy piece with the king. And by the way, one other thing that I would like to show to you is on the right-hand side, what we have is basically we have two specific panes extending. One of them was extending vertical box, and other one is extending scroll pane. So these are basically two types. Right over here, this pane will be used to promote a pawn when we are about to promote a pawn. Similarly, this one is doing the same for the black. And here there's a scroll pane. Once it's filled, once over here is completely filled, you can scroll through it. And here basically we are showing the taken pieces. On the top, we are showing the whites taken pieces. On the bottom, we will show the blacks. For instance, we can do that. And now there's a pawn added over there. and we can simply play this like this. I wasn't able to take the bishop. Why? It was guarded by this guy, as you can see. For instance, now I'm going to check the enemy king half. I just moved my bishop. Now, as you can see, I'm selecting a black piece, but this guy is checked. Even if I want to try and move one of the pieces, it won't be able to, because this guy right over here is checked. Let's try to move it. As you can see, I cannot move it. So what I can do is, maybe I can play this, as far as I'm concerned. And then there's one additional thing that I would like to show to you, and then we will simply switch to what we have. So I just made a move like that. And then let's see what we have. So we cannot move over here. We can maybe play this. Now I can check the king again. As you can see, when it's checked, it's basically displayed as checked by drawing a red frame on the checked king. So now I can simply try and cover it, one of the pieces, but wait just 1 second. So let's just move it like this maybe. And can, for instance, move it like that. I can play it like this. I can play this. For instance, now I was able to cover my king by putting a knight in between. Now it's basically covered. And basically, yeah, this is kind of it regarding the checking process. Now we can maybe try and promote enemy pawn. What we can do is maybe we can play this, we can play that, play this, play that, play this, play that. Okay, what I would like to do is do this. And before playing this, I want to play something else. Why? I am also going to show you that game is going to be checkmated. Wait, let's just make another move. This. Okay. Now I'm about to promote the black pawn. As you can see, it's now promoted to a queen. By the way, I can here in the radio buttons make a selection to change the promotion type if I want to. And now I cannot take the black queen nor block the path in between. And as you can see, I cannot play my king to anywhere else. So this game is basically a checkmate. So this was it basically about the showing how the program works. Now we can shut this also. There's another program instance, for instance. Now it's black's turn. It's a very common position to be checkmated. I play this. Now this guy is checkmated, as you can see. He cannot take the enemy queen. He cannot obstruct any path or whatsoever. So this guy is again checkmated. Now I will walk you through the code. Excuse me. So basically here we actually have a God class. This class is very long, like almost 1300 lines. This class is, as you have guessed from the name, it's where we begin the execution of the JavaFX application. We basically launch the start application. For those of you who don't know, every JavaFX application is supposed to begin from this start function that is invoked from the main function itself. So this is where you basically set your view and control elements, like GUI elements, so that you can display them on the screen. So here we basically set some properties. I want to explain how the classes work. Here we have a piece class. This is an abstract class implementing the comparable interface. And basically, all of the pieces that you've seen, all of the chess pieces like knight, king, bishop, all of them extend this abstract class. And the reason why this is abstract is there are some abstract methods, of course. I couldn't recall which one was abstract. I think it was show movables, maybe. By the way, you might encounter some trivial, funny comment lines because, uh, as you can see, there's God Save the King. Like it's basically helped me through the debugging process because what I would like to show to you is, oops, there's an exception, but it doesn't disrupt our program. I just want to show you how many stuff are being printed on the screen when I just make it simple like few moves. Okay, so until the program runs, I mentioned that all of the piece classes extend this base piece class. So let's just make a few moves right over here, like that, that, like this. Cannot take it. Maybe we can play what? We can play this. Like that. For instance, I just made a few moves. Now I just want to show to you how many statements are printed right over here. This is all for debugging purposes, but it's very long. That's why I just have some comment lines like that, if you ever wonder. Well, anyways, so we have the piece classes, and also we have two pane classes, empty pane and piece pane, namely extending stack pane. So basically here we have like visual rectangles over here, but above the rectangles we also have panes. Empty panes are invisible panes. They do not contain any node at all. Or I don't really recall, maybe they are containing the rectangles themselves. But when I basically click on an empty pane, after of course selecting the square, I simply, after selecting the square, I mean, I just click an empty pane, like there are some event handling procedures being executed from over there, and also there are piece panes. The squares where you see with pieces are piece panes. And apart from that, yeah, that's it in general. So I also have some other classes for like graphical user interfaces. For instance, this taken piece pane resembles the taken pieces shown on the right hand side. Also, the reason why piece is implementing, all right, these are really regular stuff, but I still want to explain for people who want to know why I just made an implementation like this. Basically, the reason why piece class implements comparable interface is that so that we can simply display the taken pieces in a descending sorted order. And that's why I just implemented the comparable. And that's it. Also, I have methods for checking whether a game state is basically lost or won by one of the players, or whether it's a stalemate. I also did the full development of the algorithm and implementation by myself. Again, I would like to underline that I didn't use any external source while I was developing this application, neither the algorithms. It took me like two weeks to design. I make the design on the sketch of the paper, and like I spent like 3 or 4 weeks to finish the full implementation. Also, during some of the time, I've been taking a data structure course, so I had to look into that as well. And that's basically it. Also, I should mention that there are some, I mean, occasionally some minor issues regarding gameplay can occur. And about the future prospective implementations and upgrades that I may make to this is that maybe once I get accustomed to artificial intelligence, maybe I will write a chessbot. Other than that, I may do some alternative implementation as well. Maybe if I get to learn, maybe if I get to, of course, I will get to learn, but if I basically enhance my abilities in the server side as well, maybe I will also like create a way of basically making this played online as well. Of course, again, this project is nothing new for the industry. I mean, there are lots of chess games, chess applications on each and every platform you can ever think of. But the main reason why I developed this application is that it basically it's basically a signature of my JavaFX abilities, and it basically resembles how confident I am with JavaFX. It's basically the reason why I implemented such an application. Thanks for your time. Have a very pleasant day.